What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Jay, your registered nurse here. And whoa, chill. Pop culture going a little crazy right now. Tory Lanez hair looked like it got caught slipping. Honestly, I feel like it would be a disservice if we didn't talk about it. Nothing but positive vibes and good content on this channel. Let's jump right into this video. Yo, so you know we had to do this video, man. I was really not trying to do it, you know what I mean? But if you up on pop culture right now, you already seen what I'm about to say. So first, did Tory Lanez get a hair transplant? Yes. I mean, he's openly said it on his interviews.
Well, first of all, I don't have no weave on or like one of those things. Like, I'm coming back with the braids on, niggas. Like, I'm coming back crazy. Like, y'all think it's a joke. But it's not a secret, bro. Like, all I did was, like, I went to the hair doctor. There's a guy who specifically, the same dude who did Tiger's hair.
Same dude that did JoJo.
Yeah, my corners was gone. They was back here, kid.
He hasn't held back. And actually, I went to his doctor. But he actually does great work. That's where I got my first transplant, where I got 1,500 grafts. But the question is, why does it look like his toupee is falling backwards? You know what I'm saying? The main thing is he was playing ball. I think the same thing that happens to LeBron, they in the limelight, and when you play ball, you sweat a lot. So you get caught at bad angles. You know, you're getting roughed up when you play ball, somebody slapping your head. Trust and believe when you play ball. You know what I mean? It's real physical. They caught him looking crazy, as you can see in this screenshot right here. They got him looking sick. You know what I mean? And it looks like his hair's falling out. It looks like the transplant's not working. Honestly, me going to the same doctor that he went to, even for myself, I started thinking like, damn, like, is it gonna last? Because he had his procedure quite some time ago, I think like 3-4 years ago. So now we're starting to see someone who's had a transplant in the future and what it may look like. And I'm praying, that ain't gonna be me, that ain't gonna be you. I just think this is circumstance. So let's break down why it could possibly look like that. One, he's playing ball, he's sweating, like we said. Two, he had a hair transplant mainly on his hairline. That's how he started, kind of like the same thing Dr. Zering did with me. And you can see his work prevails through, no matter if you're a celebrity or a normal, everyday Joe. You know what I'm saying? So his hairline, Tory Lanez hairline looks solid. And when he had his hair cut low, it looked solid. Because basically his natural and native growing hair is throughout the middle. All right, it's throughout the middle. Now, I watch Tory Lanez closely. I like his music. Yeah, what's going on right now with him and, the other music artists, and the current allegations, etc. Hey, man, that ain't me. That's his life. If he did it, I hope he's convicted. If he didn't, I hope he's a free man. That's it. You know what I'm saying? But let's get back to the facts. He actually had 2 transplants. The first transplant he had was way back when. The first one we all knew. That's when he came on. He started growing his hair back little by little. And I'll insert pictures, through the different music videos we were able to see his hair take a transition upwards. And it's like, okay, he started getting his, his swag back with his hair. It was dope. But then he started growing his hair out. And in the Temperature Rising music video, I'll insert that clip. You could see he actually did like braids. And the world went crazy, you know what I'm saying? Because his top in the middle was still kind of light. His hair was spacey. But now that leads us to now. And why does it look like that? So again, after you get a hair transplant, your hair does shed and it takes quite some time for your previous hair transplanted hairs to grow back strong. And then on top of that, you have to wait 4, 5, 6, 7 months for your secondary hair transplant hairs to flourish. Let's get back to his current hair, right? So shedding. His hair, I think his hair is going through a shedding phase. That's probably why his hair looks so see-through, but watch. Let's give it another 7, 8 months. He's gonna have a thicker head of hair because that's how we know that hair transplants work. But did he get caught slipping? Of course. And did the world laugh? Of course. There's memes out. Mr. Commodore did some comedy. He's like a New York comedian. He's hilarious. Everybody's doing comedy. I'm gonna see if I can find a clip to insert.
I to the top off.
And this one's gonna sound, a little weird, but I think stress is a high contributor of hair loss. Like, we always know that, no matter if the hair is transplanted or not. And whatever he's going through in his personal life, because he is a person as well, it must be stressful. Facing conviction, no matter if he's innocent, no matter if he's guilty, and he has a kid, family, whatever, that's stress, you know what I'm saying? And we could equate that to our normal stress, like our 9 to 5, oh man, boss wants me to do X, Y, and Z, I gotta work overtime. Like, it's just normal people stress. So with those contributing factors, this is why his hair looks like that. But he got caught slipping, so we gotta laugh a little bit. Tory Lanez, the top of his shit looked crazy and missing because he grows his hairline and the side of his hair out very long. He grows it out very long, past the point of it blending well. And I know, some people in the hair transplant community be like, yo, grow it out, let it grow, let it grow. But now you see somebody in the limelight with the let it grow, and that shit look crazy. So that's why I be like, nah, I'm gonna cut it up, make sure it look good. You know what I'm saying? But maybe he used hair fibers, whatever. But I'm gonna put a clip of him recently, right after they caught him looking, crazy, caught slipping in these streets, you feel me? He posted a video of himself getting a haircut, and he said it's all natural, no hair fibers, nothing. But you can see his hair, and I think he even touches it too at a point. And the barber, doing fake barber shit. Nigga already cut his hair, but he just there pretending to, line him up in the back. All in all, he got caught slipping. So question asked was, how often does this happen in people after they've received their procedure? And an add-on to that question is, about how long after will that type of stuff start to happen? So that answer is not too clean cut, but I'm a clean it and cut it up as well as I can. You know what I'm saying? Half of the answer is, unless you are fully Norwood 6 or 7, meaning unless you're fully bald and then you get a hair transplant, you really never know how much balding you still have that has to go through your system, right? So Tory Lanez wasn't fully bald. He just went bald because he's in the limelight, so he went bald, met the doctor, did his hair transplant mainly on his hairline and maybe some hairs throughout the middle of his head, not the crown. When he was on the interview with Charlemagne the God, Charlemagne said, but what about that bald spot in the back of your head?
All right, what about this part though?
My shit good. My shit gonna grow.
Nick, come here, get the camera, good. Nick.
Hey, yo, Nick, if you come over here, I'm gonna whip your ass, my nigga. Nick, go over there before I beat your ass.
So that's the first portion. We don't know how much balding he still had to progress. So maybe he had a little bit of a hair transplant done in the middle. We know he got some on the hairline. That's why his hairline is still so strong. So the second portion is, maybe Tory Lanez was taking finasteride. Maybe he was taking minoxidil. Because the doctors do kind of push that on people, especially people who are in their 20s, because they want you to retain the hair that you have, right? So now this is a double-edged sword. Maybe he started it, didn't like it, maybe he stopped it, right? And basically, any gains you receive from any additional, thing that you're adding to your regimen, whether it's finasteride or minoxidil, any gains that you get from those two things will definitely dissipate if you stop, especially if you do an abrupt stop too. So we don't know, maybe he was taking minoxidil or finasteride and he was like, you know what, fuck it, I'm done. And that led to his hair looking more thin, more wispy, especially in the middle, because he didn't get a lot of hairs there. We know he did his hairline, but we don't really know if he did the middle of his head, which is definitely exposed in what we're talking about today. Dr. Zering also offers something called Amnio Z shots. I received them and it definitely helps thicken up your hair. It's kind of like PRP, but his special, elixir that helps boost your hair growth, etc. Maybe he got that a couple of times and then he stopped because maybe he's on tour or COVID definitely put a halt on where you can travel, and maybe that wasn't on the top of his priority. So lastly, everyone is affected by this procedure differently. We see it worked in the beginning, but maybe it just didn't hold up. In my personal opinion, I think it did work. I just think he wasn't finished with his balding process. So, at this point, he's just starting to bald a little more. So back to the question, will this happen after you get a hair transplant, and how long would it take to happen? The full answer is everyone's different. It should not happen. The hair taken from the back of the head is supposed to be immune to DHT. And DHT is an excess of testosterone in the body, right? DHT basically leads to male pattern baldness, which is also a form of alopecia, right? If you want to get technical, right? So the goal is, after a hair transplant, when taking the hair from this horseshoe area, you're getting hairs that are least likely to be affected by DHT. So they should not miniaturize after the hair transplant. That's why I always say do your research and go to a good clinic or go to an MD that specializes in this procedure that you trust and that makes you feel comfortable, that is also well educated. I wanted to put a quick little video out there. I'm doing way too much talking, you feel me? Whoever's watching right now, you the GOAT. I don't care if it's 1, 2, 3 people watching, y'all the GOAT, you feel me? But that's enough talk. Y'all wanna, next video you're gonna see what's up. Next video, chill. It's your boy Jay, your registered nurse here. And I'm gonna catch y'all on that next video. Peace.